Look, I'm gonna be honest here. The only way to make money trading meme coins, I'm kidding. First of all, why do people say to be honest, right? Like, are you lying when you're not saying to be honest? Like, are you usually not a truthful person? Anyways, whatever. Sorry about that rant. Um, but there is no concrete way to make money, right? I mean, if you're a good trader, you're probably gonna constantly, you know, re-strategize on a constant basis. Like when you're shooting a basketball, right? When you miss, you have to readjust, right? It's the best way to do it. Like Elon Musk's engines, one goes out, the other one's constantly readjusting, right? So that trajectory is, going to its goal. Your goal here is to make money. So let me talk a little bit about filters, right? First of all, I'm using Axiom Pro, and if you don't mind, if you haven't signed up yet, sign up using my code. Click the link. Code is ROCOBSD. You get 10 back on up to 20% on trades. You automatically start with 2x rewards. You get money back on everything. I get money for you. It'll help support the channel, and I highly encourage you to share the link with other people so that you can make money off them, right? So let's start in new pairs, right? So right now I have it only on pump, right? I mean, if you go on any other protocols, it's very likely that you can get honeypotted or, rug pulled. So just go with the pump protocol because they have incredibly stable liquidity pool, right? So, I mean, if you're buying it early, you can only lose max 20%, right? Like let's say this coin, for example, came out 4 seconds ago. If you're buying at 5,000, it might go down to 4.5, right? Maybe, right? You're going to be down 20% max. But if you buy at 15,000, the coin goes to 4.5, you're losing almost all your money, right? So really, the question is, do you want to make 3x, right? If you want to make 3x, there's one of three ways, right? The first one is on new pairs, right? A coin that just launched. This one came out. I would buy in right at the beginning. Boom. Not over here, right? Because it's pretty much dead, right? Here, let me go back. Let me find another coin. I mean, I've been scanning for so long that I could just look and tell you where the volume is, right? Let's see. Okay, you could also go down to a 15-second coin, right? Not a big deal. No. Oh, developer just sold. Let's see if he's gonna go back. If he's gonna go back up. No, he's still holding 7.5%. So that's not worth it. So let's go back over here. Okay, boom. This is a good coin. Okay. Let me put a little indicator because this is my test account. Right, let's say you were to buy here at 6,000, right? Make sure you have instant trade open using Axiom Pro's instant trade feature. It's instantaneous, right? If I was to get out now, boom, I'd be up 30%, 40%, right? Let's say the developer's out. Top 10 holders are holding 18%, right? It's not incredibly high. It is a little high, right? But there is a pretty good uptick of the divergence of volume, right? You want to make sure that the top is always net positive. The trading volume is at $6,500 almost in the last 5 minutes. The coin came out 45 seconds ago, so it really doesn't tell you much, right? Coin got rugged, right? So from the time that I put this indicator line, the blue line, to its all-time high, which was right here, was maybe 15 seconds, right? So I mean, if you have greed, you're gonna not just 2x your money, you're gonna go minus 20%. So that's one strategy. The next one you could do is, and by the way, if you're gonna get into new pairs and you want to buy in early, you can always, limit this. Top 10 holders, 15%. Dev holding 0. I was obsessed with buying coins that were at 0%. The dev wasn't holding anything. But the reality is, it's really hard in the beginning, right? Because the dev might hold for 30 seconds. So there's 65,000 coins a day on a busy day. You're not going to find the coin. That's done, right? But let's say I go back into here, Dank Mean Man, 37 seconds, boom. If you were to buy right here, okay, so let me lock that in, boom. Coin just went up. It went up to 10. I would get out within 3 seconds. I just 2x my money, right? It's most likely going to rug. There's not enough volume for it to go into the migrating tab. Today's migration is $60,000, right? So what you could do is, you don't want to buy at the top. Wait till it comes down, right? Let me see over here. Let's put a little trend line. Boom. If it falls below that line, the level of resistance, it's very unlikely to come back on such a new coin, right? But let's say this could be a good time to buy in. So I'm going to put a little line over here. Right? I'm going to almost migrate a token. Once it gets to $60,000, it's going to migrate, and that's when it's going to go into the radium pool and be seen by a lot more traders. right? So the potential is a lot better once a coin is migrated. But the reality is it's not likely to migrate. I mean, if you look, you see, boom, it just went down a lot. You see? Crashed and burned, right? So if I was to buy here, I would have lost 100% of my money. As opposed, and we'll go back to the new pairs, buying in all the way at the bottom, right? You saw that 2x I could have made, right? I would have lost 20% if it rugged, right? And now the third strategy is to go into the migrated tab. I have it here. I have a filter here that I want to see only coins at 125K. Let's put a coin at 500K, right? $500,000 market cap, likely has an insane amount of volume. You also want to see a lot of pro traders. Regular holders are not the same as pro traders. Pro traders means that they're trading on decentralized exchanges such as Photon, Bullex, try them all. Axiom is the best. Use the link in the description. Oh, by the way, if you don't mind, please subscribe, like, you know, all the shenanigans and stuff. And I just want to tell you, you're awesome. Be positive. And that's not done. I have a little more to show you. But here, let's look for one that has quite a lot of pro traders. All right, let's go to this one. 602 came out. Actually, this one's a little bit newer, so it has maybe more potential, right? Let's say I was to buy here, right? If I was to buy right here, and it went up to right here, boom. Let me get my little ruler out. I would have made 25%. But it took 6 hours to get to $666,000 market cap. What makes you think it's going to get to 840 within the next few minutes, right? It all depends where your strategy is. If you want to hold, this would be the best strategy. Make sure you put a stop loss, go into sell, put a limit, boom, make sure you're at like, right, 15% max, 20% max, whatever you want, and then put a take profit if you have to go walk your dog or take a shit, whatever it is, right? Now you do the same. You put here a, let's see where it is, limit, boom, boom. The same thing would be, you want to make 100%, boom. Make sure you put a stop loss and a take profit. Very, very important, right? You don't just put a take profit. What I like to do is I actually put a stop loss, and then as the volume increases, I'm constantly moving it up. Boom, 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 boom. Why not make more money, right? And those are the three strategies. I'm going to make a whole bunch of videos on different things you can do. And that's just kind of an idea of the three different ways to trade on using Pulse, right? And if you're going to choose the third, which has a lot of volume, you could also go to Discover. These are the coins that have, you know, been mass adopted by the market and are on actually a lot of exchanges: Binance, Crypto.com, Kraken, the whole shebang, right? I mean, if you're going to buy into Farcoin, which is at $1 billion, in order for you to 2x your money, you have to wait for the market cap to go to 2 billion. It's going to take a while, right? So what you want to do is look for coins that have maybe in the last 24 hours have a good number. This is up 42%, right? Dark Eclipse. Buy in here, right? Before you do paper trade, right? Make a little example. Come back in an hour, put a lock on it. Make sure you put a lock on it so it doesn't go away, and see where the heck the coin goes. If it's at double, 76 million the next day, you know now it could double again, right? Make sure you put a stop loss. But the higher the market cap, the less likely you are to double your money, right? So that's just what I wanted to say. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, have a beautiful night, beautiful day, whatever it is. Be positive, you know. Use only what you can afford. Don't copy trade. You don't need to go into the trenches and go into all these telegrams, right, to see what to buy into, because by then it's late. What you're looking for is volume. If there's no volume, get the fuck out.